The world remembers its heroes, but lurking in the shadows of history are monsters who walked among us long before the term serial killer ever existed. And one of the earliest, most chilling figures was a man named H. Holmes, a charming doctor who built a house specifically designed for death. Holmes was born Herman Webster Mudgett in 1861. Even as a child, he was different. He was quiet, highly intelligent, but had a disturbing fascination with pain and anatomy. As he grew, that morbid curiosity twisted into something much, much darker. Behind his polite, disarming smile was a mind that felt no fear and absolutely no remorse. When Holmes moved to Chicago, the city was electric with opportunity. The Great World's Fair was on the horizon, promising to bring millions of visitors flooding into the streets. But where others saw excitement and progress, Holmes saw something else entirely. He saw prey. He bought a large building and began construction on what everyone believed would be a hotel. But room by room, brick by brick, he was designing something far more sinister. From the outside, it was an impressive grand structure. Inside, it was a meticulously engineered maze of horror. There were hallways that led to brick walls, staircases that went nowhere, and doors that opened to sheer drops. He installed peepholes in the walls to watch his victims. And rooms were secretly fitted with gas lines that he could control directly from his own office. And deep beneath the floors, hidden in the basement, was his personal laboratory, a nightmarish space filled with surgical tables, large vats of acid, and furnaces hot enough to destroy any evidence. The building would later earn a name that echoed through history: the Murder Castle. Holmes lured people in with his irresistible charm. He targeted young women looking for work, travelers needing a room for the night, and excited visitors in town for the World's Fair. He offered them kindness, a sense of safety, even the promise of love. But once they stepped inside his castle, they were walking into a nightmare from which they would never escape. His methods were as varied as they were cruel. Gas-filled chambers silently suffocated victims in their sleep. Others found themselves trapped behind soundproofed locked steel doors, their cries for help unheard. Once they were dead, their bodies would vanish down secret chutes, sent directly to the basement. Down there, Holmes turned murder into a cold, methodical business. Some remains he stripped of flesh and sold the skeletons to medical institutions. Others were dissolved in acid or incinerated, completely erased, as if they had never existed at all. For a long time, no one suspected the well-dressed doctor with the soft voice and polite manners. But in the end, it was Holmes's own greed that led to his downfall. A botched insurance scam finally drew the attention of investigators. When the police eventually forced their way into the castle, what they discovered was beyond anything they could have imagined. They found blood-stained rooms, strange torture devices, a labyrinth of secret passages, and the chilling, fragmented remains of countless victims whose names we may never know. Holmes was arrested, and newspapers around the world exploded with the terrifying story of the murder castle. During his interrogation, he confessed to 27 murders. But authorities and historians believe the real number could be over 100, maybe even 200. Throughout his trial, he remained eerily calm, almost proud, as if the world was finally acknowledging the dark masterpiece he had created. On May 7, 1896, H. Holmes was executed. Witnesses watched closely for any sign of fear or regrets, anything human. But Holmes left this world the same way he had lived in it, cold, composed, and terrifyingly unbothered to the very end. His legacy became a dark blueprint for the serial killers who would follow, a chilling reminder that evil doesn't always appear as a monster in the dark. Sometimes it wears a smile, offers a friendly hand, and invites you inside. Thanks for watching.